So I'm talking to this guy the other day in a supervision. He runs he runs a fairly big organisation, youth workers, and he was telling me one of his senior workers was saying to him he didn't want to undertake supervision, didn't want to do supervision. They've been doing supervision for some time, and he'd either said he hadn't got anything to talk about, or that he talks about just management issues and not about his actual practice with young people and other members of staff. Anyway, it come to this point where he said, I don't want to do supervision. And so this person was bringing this to me and asking me what they should do about this senior manager not wanting to do supervision. And I really don't understand that, how someone can be in youth work, a youth worker, managing other youth workers as well, but just to be a youth worker and to say they don't want to talk about their practice. What is it that they're hiding? Why won't they talk about what they're doing? Because the idea of supervision, as some of you probably know, is it is about looking and at one's own practice, but being open to other people about your practice, your managers, your colleagues, perhaps exploring and reflecting on what you do, whether it's the best thing to do in this case, or whether there was another way of doing it, or in the future there might be another way of doing it, but also as a quality assurance procedure, that this is the best we can do. But to privatise practice, to say that one has a choice whether one talks about what one does with other people's children, that doesn't need talking about, that somehow I'm getting paid to do this work, and I can somehow choose not to talk about that, to keep it to myself what it is I'm doing. It seems the height of irresponsibility. Never mind about some kind of ego that you've got going on, about you don't just talk about what you do, you keep it to yourself. You don't do that. This is somebody else's child you're doing stuff with, and you're not prepared to open it. It's this idea that supervision is somehow a choice in our work, which seems to me not only ridiculous, but wrong. It's just wrong. That my child, your child, our children can be exposed to someone who does things with them and isn't prepared to talk to their manager or to anyone else about what it is that they do. And the only conclusion that you can draw from that, or perhaps one of the conclusions you can draw from that, is this person has something to hide, that they're not confident in what they do, or they think they might be doing something irresponsible, and they might be held to account in the way that all of us are held to account in the professions, in the law, in medicine, in all the professions, insurance, dentistry. Because supervision, as far as I can see, in terms of a moral or ethical practice, isn't something you can choose to do or not to do. It's a professional obligation. If I say I'm a professional, it's an obligation. It's an obligation to the profession, to the people I'm working for, to the young people I'm working with, to their parents, to their loved ones, to their guardians. But yeah, I will look at what I'm doing. I will ask questions and ask somebody else to ask questions about them. I think we're kind of afraid, though, aren't we, to actually say this is irresponsible of you. This is not a good example to other practitioners, that you shouldn't talk about what you do. You are above talking about what you do.